Back to my channel. So today I'm super excited because I am doing my June favorites video. I cannot believe that is the end of June already. I literally feel like I just filmed my May favorites video and now here I am filming my June favorites video and I'm just like, whoa Nelly, time is a ticking. Time is just a ticking. Anyways, let's get right into it. So I don't have that many products, but the products I do have, they're thebomb.com, I'm telling ya. Definitely think that these items are A+++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++ watched one of my more recent hauls, you would have seen that I picked up this bronzing powder from Bobbi Brown. So I had mentioned in the haul, first off, just how amazing the packaging is. Bobbi Brown packaging is just on point. Like there's just that point and they're just right on it. They just know how to do it. It's so classy, it's so chic. When I think of this brand, I just think of elegance and class. And I mean, who doesn't want to look elegant and classy, right? You just press this little button over here and it kind of just pops up a bit. And then when you open it up, you have the mirror and then the contour powder. The reason why I really like this contour powder, it's not too warm, it doesn't have glitter in it, it's not too orange. It's just like the perfect cool tone bronzing powder. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this to you guys. I have been on the lookout for a bronzing powder like this for months and months and months. And every time I would go into Sephora, I would look at the different brands and I would say, okay, like, can I find a bronzing powder? You guys know I always use my MAC Format blush, or I use the e.l.f. Studio Contour Blush and Bronzer palette or something. But those ones I like, and don't get me wrong, I use them all the time. The only thing is I wanted something that had no shimmer, something that was perfect for every day, something that was just a universal bronzing powder and it didn't have any of those undertones in it. It was just something to just give me definition. And I could not find one for the life of me. And I think it's honestly because of my skin tone. I think it's harder to find one for me. I'm gonna tell you guys a quick little story. Sorry, I make these videos so long because I just talk so much, but no one else will listen to me, so I have to talk to you guys. If anybody knows Hoola Bronzer by Benefit, do I have it? I think I have it. One sec. Ha, I found it. Okay, so this is Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. I want you to look at Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. Hoola Bronzer is like lighter than my skin tone, okay? So back in the day when I first started with makeup, I went to the Shoppers Drug Mart by my house and I went up to a clerk and I said to him, you know, he worked in the makeup department, so I said to him, you know, I'm looking for a bronzing powder, something to at least give me contour, you know. He sold me this powder. Guys, this is lighter than my face. A contour or bronzing powder, or whatever you want to call it, is supposed to warm up your face, it's supposed to add definition, it's supposed to be 1 to 2 shades darker than your natural skin tone. This is lighter than my skin tone. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Around that time as well is when I first started getting into watching YouTube videos, and I remember I would see all the girls using Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. That was like the only thing girls were using. So this was a few years ago, and this was the only thing, whether they were Asian, whether they were white, you know, like, and I don't think I followed anyone who was maybe colored then. I literally was just getting on watching people on YouTube and really getting into like, wow, this is amazing. And I just couldn't believe it. And they were all using Hoola. So when he said to me Hoola and I didn't know anything about it, I'm like, yeah, Hoola, everybody uses that. Are you kidding me? Like, a brown girl cannot use Hoola as a bronzer. I can use it as an eyeshadow. I can maybe use it as a setting powder if it's like a certain part of my face, but I cannot use this as a bronzer. No, 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 no. So anyways, he tried to sell me this. I bought it because I was naive. If you're brown, don't go buy this because it's not going to work on you, I promise. But yeah, anyway, so that just shows you, like, I've been on the lookout for a really good bronzing powder that was just, you know, shimmer free and just really nice and natural and I could wear every single day. And this is definitely that This is definitely that contour powder for me. And if you are wondering, this is in the shade Natural Number 1. I know a lot of people use this product on their channels, but I don't know if enough people give it recognition. And I rave about this product all the time. Every time I use it on my channel, every time I use it on my clients when I'm doing their makeup. I actually did a client's makeup today and she looked at the palette and she was like, I need to get that. Where did you get that? Because it's a palette that I feel like everybody needs. Even if you're not going to get the full palette, at least get one of the shades that matches your skin tone. So the palette that I'm talking about is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. It's 3 different highlighters. The colors are Dim Light, Incandescent Light, and Radiant Light. Now, when I had gone into Hourglass, this was before the palette was available in Canada, and I was going to get Dim Light and I was going to get Radiant Light. And I'm so glad that those are the 2 colors that I wanted ended up being in this palette. So I just ended up getting the palette because the palette is a lot cheaper when you compare how much you get. You get 3 different colors for a more valuable price, whereas if you just buy one, it's a bit more expensive. Sephora sells this, Hourglass sells this. I don't know if they sell it at Ulta. The great thing about Hourglass, the brand in itself, is they're a brand that literally their products make you look like you're glowing from within. When I get married, I'll be wearing Hourglass on my face. And the great thing about these powders is they're not just for the tops of your cheekbones or down the bridge of your nose. These powders are powders that you can wear all over your face. I remember when I was telling my sister to get this palette, she's like, what do you mean you can wear it all over your face? Like, you're gonna look all shiny and weird. And I was like, no, that's the magic of these powders. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. If I was going to wear the Becca highlighter all over my face, I would look like a disco ball. People would be like, what the heck is wrong with this girl? She's shining. They would think I was like a vampire. You know in Twilight when they go in the sun and they shine? That would be me. And I wouldn't even need the sun to shine. I would just shine. With these lighting powders from Hourglass, it literally makes you look like you're glowing from within. So it just gives you that healthy glow. A glow that doesn't look like it's fake, or a glow that doesn't look like it's like too caked on or just too fake or too like, oh my God, look at all the makeup she's wearing. It's such a beautiful palette, and I really don't feel like people recognize these highlighters enough when they're doing their makeup. It is just an understated type of beauty, and I love having all 3 colors. I constantly mix all 3 colors. I also put it underneath my brow bone. I put it in the inner corner of my eye. I put them all over my face. I'm actually wearing it today with a little bit of Becca highlighter on top of it. But honestly, guys, I really encourage you to go to Sephora and try them. Get one of the girls to help you to put it on, and you will see how much you need this product in your life. If getting the palette is too expensive for you, go with just one shade that goes really well with you. Like if I couldn't get the palette, I would just go with dim light. But because I was able to get the palette, I really, really like it, especially because you need so little of this product, you'll never finish it. You won't. Like, I mean, and that's why I love having clients, because at least I get to use it on them too, because you'll never run out of it. You just need the tiniest amount to place on your, wherever you want on your face, and you will just look absolutely gorgeous, and it will just give you that healthy glow that everybody just loves. So the next beauty product that I want to talk to you about is an eyeshadow palette. I don't think I've ever done an eyeshadow palette. I think I did like the 3 trio in May, but like a real eyeshadow palette. The reason I want to talk about this one is just because I'm obsessed, and I have a few palettes, and I don't know if you guys maybe want to see like the palette tag or something. I know that's a tag where you talked about palettes, but this is definitely one of the palettes that I gravitate towards to a lot in my videos. I think you probably think I'm talking about the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, which I probably should have put in the favorites as well, but this month the palette that I've been going crazy about is the Vice 3 palette from Urban Decay. Now, I talked about this palette a lot of times. I've used this palette a lot of times. I will link a few of those tutorials down below. But honestly, guys, I'm just obsessed. I think the pigmentation is so amazing. Somebody had asked me what I thought about the palette, and they had heard some bad things. One thing I do want to mention is that there is a lot of fallout, I feel, for the matte shades. Not so much for the shimmer shades over here, but the matte shades have tons of fallout when you put your brush into it. Not a big deal. All you have to do is just blow your brush and just put it on, and it's fine. Like, as long as you put a primer, you're gonna be okay. To me, that's not a reason why you wouldn't get the palette. I think the shadows are such great quality. I think the shimmer shadows are amazing quality. The pigmentation is amazing. I'm gonna swatch some of my favorite colors for you in this palette. So Broke Down is definitely one of them. So is Bondage. I love Alchemy. I'm wearing all these colors on my eyes right now. I love this color right here, Sonic. Like, those are beautiful. Let me show you what it looks like with no primer on the back of my hand. Look at that pigmentation. Look at it. Let me look at you, beauty. Like, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's just one of those palettes that you definitely need. These colors would look good on so many people. And the reason why I like this palette, to be totally honest, is it has colors I wouldn't usually buy. You guys know I love buying palettes because I think that they're more valuable than buying individual shadows. And for example, this green or this blue right here, I wouldn't necessarily gravitate towards in terms of buying individually. But now that I have it in a palette, I feel like I'm more likely to use it, and I'm more likely to play around with it. So definitely try out this palette if you're looking for a fun palette. If you are looking for something more neutral, then definitely get the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, the original one. I haven't tried the semi-sweet or the semi-chocolate or whatever. I'm happy with the original one, but definitely this is something that I recommend to you guys. Okay, so I wanted to talk about 2 books. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I am an avid reader. Like, I love to read. If I could just sit and read all day, I would. I find it really hard sometimes with my schedule, with going to work and, you know, coming home and then you have to go to the gym and you're tired and you have to cook and whatever. But I love to read, and I love vacation because I always bring a book and I always end up just being like, in my element. I will sit in a cabana or something hiding from the sun because I don't want to get like darker than I already am, and then my fiance will go out and swim, and or whoever we're with will go out and swim all together, and then I'll just kind of be hiding and reading my book. But I read this book recently, and this book was actually recommended to me by my fiance's first cousin's wife. And Tia Marie, if you're watching, hi! And she recommended this book to me a little while ago, and I picked it up and I just never read it. I had it just sitting in my bookshelf. And I decided when I went to Jamaica I was going to take this book with me, and I just fell in love with it, and I can't wait to watch the movie. There is a movie, and my fiance's dad has seen the movie and he says it's really, really good, so I'm really excited to watch the movie. But this book is one of those books that I just want to read and read and read and read all over again. It's just such a beautiful story. It's so well written, and it's just, it really is like this just timeless love, like classic novel, and I just, like when I think about it, I just want to go, you know, like it's just so, it's so beautiful, and it's so beautiful on so many different levels. And I don't want to give away about, like, you know, just things about the book, but it's just a story that talks about love in so many different ways, and you see that in this book, and it's just, it's so beautiful. And so if you like to read, or if you're looking for a book that just really makes you appreciate not only love, you know, from like a husband and wife standpoint, but also like from a mother to her kids, and, you know, a mother to her father of her children, whatever, definitely read this book. It is The Bridges of Madison County, which I'm sure a lot of you have read, and it's just so beautiful. It just warms my heart. So this other book, actually, it's funny that both these books I read when I was in Jamaica, but this book I read when I was in Jamaica in September 2014, and The Bridges of Madison County I read in April 2015. But the reason I'm bringing them up is because I was looking for books to leave by my nighttime table, just so I could read something before bed, and I really just gravitated toward these 2 books, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna reread them, so if anybody wants to read them with me. But this is Heart of the Matter. It's by Emily Giffin. Emily Giffin has, I don't know how many books she has, but I think I have 5 books by her, and I love all of her books. She's a talented writer. This book, I don't know if this happens to you, but I get so involved in a book. Like I become part of the story. Like my heart breaks when their heart breaks. And it's just like watching a show and watching a series of a show, for example, and just being like, you know, really just connected with the characters. I really, really get into the books. And I think books that can really connect with you are books that are powerful and books that will really make a difference. So definitely I love this book. It's such a beautiful story, and it just really opens your eyes to life, you know, and it's a really great story. So if you are into someone who likes that kind of books like I do, I think a lot of my books are about like romance and stuff. I know, I'm such a girl. But yeah, this is a really great book. So if you are looking for something, you can check this out, and I recommend it to you guys. ruthkan91 seal of approval, yeah! And the last product that I wanted to talk to you guys about was my MAC Prep and Prime pen in the color Peach Lustre. You've seen me use this pen like I think a million times in my tutorials. No matter what skin tone you are, you could be white, you could be Asian, you could be black, you could be brown, you probably suffer from some type of discoloration in your skin. If you're younger, maybe not so much, but as you get older, you start to notice it. So I find that for Caucasian people, like white people, it's a lot more redness, you know, like a redness over here or a redness over here. Whereas for me and people who are maybe more tanned and darker, we have a lot of darker pigmentation. So darkness over here, darkness around the mouth, darkness around the nose. I find color correcting your skin before adding foundation, before adding, you know, like concealer makes such a difference. Like it literally makes like a world of difference. And I definitely am going to do a video where I talk through the whole process of color correcting. One thing I want to mention to you guys is when you're color correcting, you need to color correct only the places that have the discoloration. So you're not gonna go draw this pen all over your face. You're only gonna do it in places of darkness, and if you're white, in places of redness, to counter that. discoloration, and then go in with your foundation, and then go in with your concealer. So I'm going to do a full video on this for you guys so that you guys understand the steps and understand what you have to do. But I really love that product, and anytime, even I don't want to wear makeup and I just want to kind of get rid of any discoloration around my face, I go in with that and just blend it out with my beauty blender, and that's it. I don't even wear makeup. And I've actually done a video where I've just used that and I haven't used any other makeup. So I'll link that video over here if you guys want to see it. But I will definitely have a more detailed tutorial on how to color correct your skin, no matter what skin tone you are. So all you have to remember is that no matter what skin tone, the process is the same. You just need to change the color of what you're using to counter the discoloration. And that'll all be in my other video, but I'll link it on the screen when it's available. And if not, just make sure you're subscribed to my channel and you'll be notified when that video goes live. Oh guys, I did want to mention one more thing. I wanted to say to you guys that I was thinking of filming a Q&A video. I just don't know if you guys want to see it. So I did, and I obviously need questions for a Q&A video. So if there are any questions you guys want to know, how old I am or where I'm from, or any questions that maybe you haven't heard me answer before, or if I did do a get to know me video, and I did do an ethnicity tag that I will leave in the description box down below. So if you guys haven't seen those videos, or you have any questions that I did not answer in those videos, can you leave them in the comment section down below so I can get all your questions together and do a Q&A video. If you want to know questions with my fiance, let me know. I'll make sure to drag him in here so he can be part of that with me. Yeah, so just leave your questions down below. If you want, you can also put them on my Facebook page, or you can tweet them to me, or you can even Instagram them to me. So anything you want, just reach out to me and let me know which questions you want answered, and I'll be sure to do that. Okay guys, so this is the end of my favorites video for the month of June. Half the year is over. Can you believe it? Half the year. Like, another half and we're gonna be in 2016. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you want to know any more about these products, or if you know these products and you want to tell me what your opinions are on them, please leave them in the comment section down below. Also, if there are any products you want me to try that I might be able to feature in my next favorites video, please let me know as well in the comment section down below. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Don't ever forget you are so beautiful. Bye guys. So there aren't that many items this month for the month. There aren't. And at that time though, I had first been, at that same time, I was, and you guys have seen me use this primer, you guys